Hello, welcome to the short Vort on Parsha Mishpatim. We have two Dvar Torah on Perek Beis Pasuk Abdal. The first one will be very quick, so you have something right away. The Pasuk is in Kesef Talves Ami Es Hani Yimach. So the Imrei Mordechai, I don't know who that is. It's brought down in the Sefer Bshem Omro, but he says, read the Pasuk in Kesef Talves. If you're going to lend money, then Es Ami, do it publicly. Have witnesses. That way, no one can deny the transaction afterwards, and there won't be machlokas. But as ha'ani, when you're giving outright tzedakah, charity, a donation to a poor person, it's sinna. Do it discreetly and privately. Don't embarrass him. I think that's an interesting take. Makes sense. Now, moving on, we have the Ben Ish Chai. And the Penine Ben Ish Chai quotes this. It says that tzedakah, the mitzvah of charity, in Mishlei it says tzedakah tatzil me'mavet, that giving charitable donations saves someone from death. And the interesting thing he points out is that it should be a novelty that money is something that's a domain, it's inanimate, yet it's becoming a kofer nefesh, an atonement for a soul of a living person. Now we can understand by korbanos, by offerings, that when you give an animal, and so you're giving something that's living to Hashem instead of me. So it's kofer nafsho is nefesh tachas nefesh. You're giving a living replacement for a living replacement. So why does it work by cash that you get a redemption? So the Yaaros Dvar, where Yosef and Eibschutz says that when a poor person, he brings a korban, he can't afford an animal even, so he'll bring an asiris ephah, a tenth of the ephah measurement. So that's flour. That's something that it's not living, but Hashem, it says in the Midrash, Shaviter HaKadosh Baruch Hu Mishlo. Hashem granted him a kindness for him, and he accepted that as enough. Even though it wasn't living, Hashem was able to give the ani a kapara. Now I'm going to condense a much larger and beautiful Dvar Torah for the sake of time. So if we look now as an explanation, so how does tzedakah work for someone else, a richer person? She says that since the tzedakah, the charity, is given to the poor person, the poor person needs this inanimate kesef, the silver, this money, doesn't have a life. So just as Hashem did kindness for the poor person and accepted the asiris ha'efa, that korban would be enough to give him a kofer nefesh, even though there's no ruach Chaim, so too, this would happen when man gives the tzedakah to support this ani who needs it, is as if he gave something that actually did have ruach, that was living, and that way he gets an exchange to muas nefesh to save him from death. So now let's go back to the pasuk. In kesef talves ami, if you lend money to my people, don't be concerned that because this kesef is inanimate that it won't be a kofer nefesh. Ki es ha'ani, because just like Hashem used the midah to help that poor person get the karbano, the kapara with his karbanos that were inanimate, kain esa imach latzilcha, to save you and to deliver you through the merit of mitzvah tzedakah. And in Parshas Kisisa, in a few weeks from now, it says v'nasnu is kofer nafsho, when man gives it an atonement for a soul, machzas a shekel b'shekel hakodesh esrim geira hashekel. That's Perek Lamed Pasuk Yud Beis and Yud Gimel. So the machzas shekel here that the person donates is equivalent to the esrim geira. And the reason for this, as the Benayo al Torah, is to give a hint, a remez, that the tenth of the ephah, just like it helps that ani that we discussed, so too the asara geira that person gives to as it works as a kofer nefesh.